So there's this one thing that sets these two lions apart. One has a thick flowing mane while the other has none. And if you guessed that one was a lioness, well, you'd be right. But not for the reason you might think. So there are two types of lions, those with a thick, luxurious mane around their heads and those without. And even though they both belong to the same species, there can be some distinct differences between them. So let's start with the most obvious difference, their appearance. A maned lion has a thick, long mane around the head and neck, which makes it look larger and more majestic. On the other hand, a manless lion looks sleeker and more streamlined, often being mistaken for a lioness from a distance. In fact, the word lioness can refer to a female lion, but it can also describe a male lion without a mane, like the ones found in Tsavo National Park in Kenya. Now you're probably thinking that the main difference between a maned and a maneless lion is the presence or absence of the mane. And you'd be right. But the reason for the mane is what we'll be exploring today. First off, let's talk about the mane itself. You know that big, luscious, sometimes even flowing thing around the lion's head? Well, it's not just for looks, although it certainly makes them look more majestic. The mane serves several important functions, especially when it comes to fights with other lions. During a scuffle, the mane can help protect the lion's head and neck from bites and scratches, giving it an advantage over its opponent. A healthy and strong mane is a sign of virility and power, and it can help a lion attract mates. It also acts as a visual intimidation tactic, letting rivals know that they're dealing with a powerful and potentially dangerous animal. On the other hand, a lion without a mane is more vulnerable to attacks on its head and neck. And this can be a problem in fights with other males who have the advantage of a protective mane. They may also appear less threatening to rivals and be more likely to lose a fight. But wait a minute. If the mane is so great, why wouldn't all lions have one? Well, it turns out that the size and thickness of a lion's mane can actually be influenced by its environment and surroundings. For example, lions that live in colder regions like South Africa tend to have thicker and longer manes, which can help them keep warm in the chilly weather. Meanwhile, lions living in hotter climates like those found in Tsavo National Park in Kenya tend to have thinner and shorter manes or no manes at all. This is because a thick mane can trap heat, making it harder for the lion to stay cool in high temperatures. And losing a mane altogether is actually an adaptation that helps them deal with the heat better. So basically, having a mane is great and all, but it's not exactly ideal when you're trying to survive in the scorching sun. Also, a lion's mane is not just a random feature. It's carefully crafted by the genes that the lion inherits from its parents. Some lions have more of the mane genes than others, leading to more prominent and thicker manes. And interestingly, the color of the mane can also be affected by genetics. While many lions have light brown or buff-colored manes, some can have black or darker-hued manes, adding to their overall appearance. These majestic-looking lions with black manes are mostly found in South Africa. So when it comes to how a lion's mane is formed, it's a combination of genetics, environmental factors, and natural selection that determines whether a lion will have a thick flowing mane, a thin and short one, or none at all. And it's not just about looks. The mane serves important functions like protecting the lion during fights, attracting mates, and intimidating rivals. But the trade-offs associated with having a mane led some lions to evolve into the maneless variety, especially in hotter climates. One famous example of a lion with a very impressive mane is Cecil, a male lion that lived in Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park in the 1990s. Cecil was known for his distinctive black mane and was considered a local celebrity. Another famous maneless lion is the Tsavo lion, also known as the man-eater of Tsavo. This lion, whose name is actually a reference to the region in Kenya where it was found, became infamous in the 1800s for killing and eating people. The Tsavo lions are known for their ferocity and strength and are almost completely maneless, which is pretty impressive considering that lions are known for their manes. But wait a second. If a mane is a sign of strength and power, why would a lion evolve to become maneless? It turns out that the climate they live in plays a big role. See, the Tsavo region in Kenya is pretty hot and dry, and having a thick mane could be a disadvantage. You see, having a mane is great for keeping warm, but it's not so useful when you're trying to stay cool in the heat. A thick mane can trap heat close to the body, making it harder for the lion to get rid of excess heat and stay comfortable. On the other hand, a lion without a mane has less fur to deal with, making it easier for them to regulate their body temperature and stay cool in hot weather. So you could say that the lack of a mane is actually an adaptation that helps lions survive in harsh environments like the one found in Tsavo. In fact, scientists believe that the maneless lions in Tsavo are actually descendants of male lions that had a genetic mutation that caused them to lose their manes. This mutation made them better adapted to the hot climate and allowed them to survive and reproduce more successfully. Over time, this trait became more common in the population, eventually leading to the almost completely maneless lions we know today. So having a mane is clearly not all sunshine and rainbows. We mean, sure, it looks cool and all, but it can be a real drag in hot weather. On the other hand, being maneless might not sound as glamorous, but it's a smart adaptation that helps lions survive in tough environments. But here's the twist. Having a mane isn't just about survival, it's also about attracting a mate. You see, a thick, dark mane in male lions is seen as a sign of good health and strength by lionesses and other lions. It's kind of like when peacocks display their fancy feathers to attract a mate. Similarly, male lions may use their manes to show off and attract potential partners. On the other hand, a lion without a mane might not be as attractive to lionesses. But hey, they've got other advantages like being better adapted to harsh environments. Overall, it seems that there are pros and cons to both maned and maneless lions. So it's up to Mother Nature to decide which one is more advantageous in different environments. In the end, whether a lion has a mane or not doesn't really matter. They're still majestic, powerful creatures that rule the savannah. Maybe instead of seeing them as two separate groups, we should just appreciate them as the wonderful, unique animals that they are. After all, they're both lions, and that's something to roar about. Speaking of roaring, don't forget to leave us a roar down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to learn more about lions, check out this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.